Okay, so this is on page 61. It's about computer weighted average. Okay, computer weighted average. Okay, so there are still two methods for us to compute weighted average. Okay, now we have a method 1 on page 61. Also, we have another method. Okay, all right, guys. Now let's look at this example. Okay, example. Consider we have a set of 20 quiz scores. We have a list of 20 data values. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 55, 15, 15, 20, 20, 20. Compute what is the mean average of the quiz score. Guys, by not using any method, how to find the mean or average of these 20 data values? How?
Add them all together.
Add them all and divide by what? The total number of them, right? So what we do is we add up 10, 10, 10, 10, 5 times. We add up 15, 5 times. We add up 20, 10 times, and then divide by what? 20 of them, right? So because our total number is 20. So that's what we do to find the mean, right? However, have you noticed that some of the data values are repeating, keep on repeating, right? So can we use a different method to, still compute the mean, but some shortcut to do the problem? Any suggestions? Say, in order to compute the mean, okay, or average, what do we do, guys? I'm going to write it here, okay? Also, this is the answer for this problem, right? Question 1, okay? We know we will add up everybody from this list and then divide by total, number, which is 20, okay? Now, for these tens, we have to add up 10 for how many times? 5 times. We learned multiplication before. Add them up for 5 times. It's the same thing by multiply 10 by 5, right? Then we need to keep on adding how many 15s? 5 of them. So 15 multiplied by 5, okay? And then we need to add 20 for how many times? 10 times, right? So 20 times by 10, that's the same thing as add 20 for 10 times, right? All right, and divide by what? 20, right? So we know there are 20 data value in total. Or, guys, we have a different color of the pen. Anyone has a red pen? No red pen? Okay, that's fine, okay? So, you see, if we count how many data values we have in total, there are how many 10? 5 of them. How many 15? 5 of them. How many? Here, okay. How many 20? 10. So in total, there are 5 plus 5 plus 10. It also equals 20, right? So use our calculator. We can keep on doing the work. 10 multiplied by 5. What's 15 times by 5? 75. What is 20 times by 10? 200. And then 5 plus 5 plus 10 is what? 20. So use your calculator, add them up, and then divide by 20 and give me an answer. 16.25, everybody? Okay, 16.25. So this is the average score for over this 20 quiz scores. The average score is 16.25. Okay. Well, guys, from this shortcut of the computation, have you noticed that there are 5 of 10, 5 of 15, 10 of 20. So we call them what? The counts. This is a count, this is a count, this is a count, or number of counts, whatever you call them, number of counts. Okay? So of course this is count. Okay? How about these 10, 15, and 20? They are the what? Values. Value times the corresponding number of count of it. Value times the corresponding count of it. And then value times by the corresponding number of count of it. That gives us a total sum on the top, right? And on the bottom, what do? We add up what? Count, count, count. So that gives us a total counts, right? So if we can use a formula to describe this method, how can we use a method to describe this method? Guys, now let's turn to page 62. Method 1, to compute weighted average by counts. I'm going to ask volunteer to read this gray box for us, okay? So let me see. Armando?
Yep. Okay, method 1 uses counts of how many there are of each value. When using counts, the numerator should be a grand total of the sum of the counts multiplied by their corresponding value, and the denominator is the sum of the counts. Value times count plus value times count plus value times count, and over sum of counts.
Very good, thanks. Guys, we just did that previous example, right? From that example, we can understand better, right? Value times count plus value times count, blah, blah, divided by the total value, total number of the counts, right? So this result will be what? The average. And that average, we call it is a weighted average. Why? Because these counts give us what? The weights, right? 5 of 10, 5 of 15, 10 of 20, right? So those counts give us what? The weight. So that's why we call this kind of average problem or mean problem, they're called a weighted average because we consider the weights, right? The weights. So this is the method 1. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Now guys, a very special type of the questions which called a GPA problem. When we compute the GPAs, we're using what? Weighted average method 1. Okay? So let's try question 1 together. Yeah, so after we learn today's class, you know how to compute your own GPA. Okay? You should be able to know compute your own GPA. Okay? So the GPA problem, I'm going to ask a volunteer to read the question 1 for us. Okay, read question 1. Andrew.
If A equals 4 points, B equals 3 points, C equals 2 points, D equals 1 point, and F equals 0 points, in the field below to find the GPA. History is 3 credits, A and P is 4 credits, Lab is 2, and IB 101 is 1.
Okay, and then I want to compute the GPA, right? Very good. Okay, so everybody knows this, right? If you get a letter A for some class, what is a letter? What is a GPA number? Grade number for us? 4, right? So A corresponds to you get a 4 points, right? 4 point. Okay, so A corresponds to 4 points. Okay, B corresponds to what? 3 points. C corresponds to what? 2 points. And D corresponds to what? 1 point. F, if you fail the class, you don't get any points for that class. But you still have 3 credit hours there, but you have 0 points on that class. Okay? Alright, so this student, he's taking or she's taking these classes with, different credit hours, for these classes. Okay, so history 3 credit hour, NP 4, lab 2, IVY 101. Okay, yeah, so 1 credit hours. And then he also has a letter grade for each of these classes. Well, according to the letter grade numbers, okay, we know 4 corresponds to 4, A corresponds to 4, 3 and 2 for B and C respectively, right? Okay, now how can we compute the GPA for the student?
Just multiply.
Yeah, well, see, GPA problem, okay, compute GPA, we're using weighted average method 1 we just learned, okay? So, to compute the GPA, okay, we know that on the top, we're going to add up what? We should get the total points from these courses that we have already taken, right? So, what will be the total points? Yeah, so there's 4 points, yeah. The points, Okay, we have two columns. One column is about credit hours, the other column is about the grades with points. So which column give us the values? Credit hours give us values or count? Counts. Okay, credit hours give us how many counts for this class. Say for example, history has a 3 credit hour class, means it count for 3 count. Okay, that's a count. And then each letter grade with the grade letters, grade numbers, okay, grade numbers, this give us what? The values. Okay, so for example, after you take the history, you get a C, means what? You have a 2 points per credit hour, right? 2 points per credit hour, and you're gonna multiply these 2 points by what? The 3 credit hour. That's the total points you get from this course. Okay, so credit hours, which is a count, times by what? Grade numbers. I don't like this book here. Okay, I think it's better to let us switch this. Okay, grade number times by what? Credit hours. So value times by count. Okay, so what is the grade number for this history class? 2 point times by how many counts? 3 counts, 3 credit hours. Okay, which is 6 points. Okay, 6 points. And then ADP, he or she get an A with 4 points, right? Value is 4 times by what? 4 credit hours, which is what? 16 points. You don't have to keep the units. I just keep the units, okay? And then similarly, what's the lab? What's for lab? 3 times by what? 2, 6. And then IBY 101, 4 times by 1 gave us what? 4 points. So in total, how many points do we have from these classes? Add them up. 6 plus 6, 16 plus 6 plus 4, what do you get? 32 points. Okay, so to find the total GPA, okay, we are going to put the 32 on the top, right? And then on the bottom, we should divide by counts, right? How many total credit hours does this student take? Add up the 3 by 4 plus 2 plus 1, that gives us what? 10 credit hours, okay, 10 hours. That's the total counts, right? So, divide by the total counts. So 32 divided by 10 give us the GPA is what? 3.2. Everybody clear now? Okay, so later, when you're taking some classes this semester, after this semester, you get an A for some class with how many credit hours? You get a B for some class with the credit hours. What do? Use a letter grade. Your letter grade corresponds to the letter points, right? Grade points. Use each point times by the credit hours. Add up those products, right? And then divide by what? The total credit hour you're taking. Then you can compute the GPA by yourself, manually by yourself. You guys? Okay, so this is a GPA problem by using the method 1, okay? We did average by counts. So that's good, everybody? All right, now let's practice one more question still by using this method 1. Let's turn to page 64, guys. Page 64. Question 2. I'm going to ask one of you guys read the question for us. Okay? Let's see. Cassidy?
A new local cafe wants to advertise an average price for their meal. Help them figure out an average if they sold 60 of their $5 tacos, 32 of their $7 sandwiches, and 24 of their $8 mixed salads on a given day.
Very good. Thanks. Find an average price for their meal. If they sold 6 of $5 tacos, 32 of $7 sandwiches, 24 of their $8 mixed sandwiches. So how to find the average price, or the mean, or the weighted mean, weighted average for this question? What is the average price? How do you find the average price or mean? Sums of everybody on the top, right? Everybody on the top divided by the total counts, right? Now I'm asking you guys, how many sandwiches, how many tacos, how many taco sandwiches and mixed salads do they sell in total? What is total counts? Do you see the total counts? This is a 6.
119.
I'm asking you, what is the total counts? How many meals do they sell in total? 6, 32, and 24, add them up, give us the total meals, right? They sell. Okay, so 6 plus 32 plus what? 32, 24, 66, right?
No,
That's-
it's 116, it's 60 tacos, not 6 tacos.
Oh, sorry, 6, oh, my bad. 60, thanks for correcting me. Yeah, if I make a mistake or say something wrong, let me know, okay? 60, yes, you're right. 60 plus 32 plus 24 give us what?
Okay, those tacos get you.
Yeah, tacos get me. 116, right?
Yeah.
So they sold 116 meals in total. Alright, in order to find out the total, average price, we need to know the total price over the 116 meals. So what about the total price? 60 of $5. So what is the revenue, or what is the price of this 60 of the $5 taco? How much do they?
300.
300. How do you get a 300? We use $5 times by what? 60. Value times by count. How much can we collect from 32 of the $7 sandwiches in total from these 32 of the $7? $7 times by what? 32. And then they sell $8 mixed salad for 24 of them. Yeah, compute this product, add them up. You put the result here, and then divide by 116, because that's the total count. 60, 32, 24 in total is 116.
You just divide it, so it's 6.17 if you divide it.
What do you get? 6.17? Everybody agree with this? 6.617? $6.17? Yeah, you see, most of the the meals are either $5 or $7 or $8. So if we come to the weighted average, it's about $6.17. Okay, so this question we use the what? Which method? The first method, by using what? Counts. Okay, yeah, to compute this weighted average problem. You guys, everybody clear about this first method? Okay.